Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to the weekly podcast for the week starting 18th of February 2019. What's up? How are ya? You good? Man, this podcast, as you can probably tell, it's super fucking inspired from Bill Burr's podcast, the Monday morning podcast, right? And every time I start recording, I just wanna say that I'm checking in on you, but it's Bill's thing. It's not my thing. I don't do this. But yeah, I love Bill checking in on me every like twice a week. He does it because it's like Thursday, Monday morning podcast as well that he does. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. But how are ya? How you doing? Valentine's Day just passed. Did you kiss a special girl, like I don't know, your girlfriend, your wife, your mom, your grandma, your dad? I'm not gonna king shame you, okay? It's a free space. This podcast is a free space. You can you can do whatever the fuck you want. you know, no shaming kissing your mom or your grandma for that matter. Maybe weird if you kiss your dad, unless you are a girl, because that's sexism, I guess. I don't know. Go kiss your dad for me, okay? He's probably an amazing man. He raised you up, so at least you he has to be. Unless I don't know. I guess unless he left you. Man, I'm watching. This is gonna show you when I'm recording this podcast, but I'm watching the Studs live stream. That's Yogscast, right? And they're building. I'm basically watching two grown men building Legos, and Duncan is here because Sips is not Sips. Terps is away on like not a vacation, but he's on BlizzCon. Fucking the stupid Overwatch thing, the league, right? So I'm just watching Duncan jerk off a fucking gigantic spaceship of Lego. Man. Anyway, Valentine's Day. Did you actually spend it with someone, or were you alone? I wanna know. Let me know. And if you are alone, how do you spend that day? Do you, cause usually over here on Valentine's Day we have a Bulgarian tradition where we actually celebrate like another holiday as well, and so it's like a holiday where you drink wine and eat grapes, which I don't know from where it came. It's usually a thing that you do the grapes. I don't know what you do, but you cut some of the stems of the grapes essentially, so that a new ones can spring out and you have a new grapes to come out. I'm not a grape master. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. We used to have grapes. We still do, I think, but it was always like my dad was watching over them at our village cottage house thing that we have. I don't know, it's a thing. We do celebrate it, and we drink wine apparently. So I remember, years past that I just went out drinking with my friends on this holiday when I was alone, but not today. For the past 2 years now, I can safely say that I have been celebrating it with a very, very special girl to me. I do love her, and we are a year in our relationship right now, and I don't know, it's getting better. as fucking weird as it may seem, I don't know, I just love her more and more every day. More than the day we've met, even though some people are saying that that's the most magical day of your relationship, right? And it was magical, like it was weird, but the thing is, you you kind of like, I don't know, you see after that initial, when you meet someone, you see the all of the bullshit that they have with them. And I think we are at the point right now that I know the bullshit that like she does. and so and so it's like I am fine putting up with her bullshit, and she's fine putting up with my bullshit. That is like the level that we are on right now, I feel like. So it's pretty nice. And yeah, we had an amazing fucking week last week. It was something else, Had a really great time. Cause I was like saying that we would probably go to like the spa resort thing, and we would just be in the hotel. We would probably leave once, and that would be it. But actually, we went for a walk every fucking day, and she was even more pumped up on doing it. She was actually making me go out and stuff, because I don't know. I do like going out in the mountains. It's pretty good because the air is different, right? I know everyone's saying, oh wow, well, if you look at this study, like the air in the mountains is not really anywhere as close as clean as you might think. And actually some cities do have cleaner airs than some mountains, which, I mean, I don't fucking believe. If there is a study about that, actually let me know, but I kinda fucking doubt it. Let me stop the sound of my laptop, by the way, in case something pops up and blasts your ears. But yeah, we went out a lot. Even like the first day, or should I say night, because we sort of arrived there evening-ish on a Wednesday, and I had to get up earlier than usual that day, and I had to do some bullshit before we went on that, like, our little holiday that we planned. And I when I get there, we checked into the hotel, we brought our bags to the room and everything. I just laid down on the bed, turned on the TV for a little bit while she was fucking doing girl stuff like makeup and shit. And I don't know, I just didn't feel like going out. It was sort of dinner time starting to be, and she was like, oh well, why don't we go to that restaurant that we saw on our way there? And there's like this really pretty restaurant. It's like, I don't know, imagine a tower, right? Like a 20 stories tower, and on the top there is like this saucer shaped thing, and it's a fucking restaurant, right? And from there you can see pretty much the whole ski resort, like everything. You can see the slopes, you can see all of the hotels, everything pretty much, and you can make like pretty beautiful pictures right there. You can take, I guess you can Google it, like, what is it? Fucking Bulgaria Pomporovo restaurants. Just Google that and hit image search. You probably fucking see it. There should be a picture of it somewhere. But yeah, I didn't really want to go. And so I told her, look, babe, do you really want to go for a 20-minute walk in the fucking cold, right? To go and eat somewhere where we have to pay when we have already paid for food in this hotel, so that then we're gonna have to come back, another 20-minute walk back in not only the snow that there is, but it's gonna be nighttime. So it will be slidey, there will be ice everywhere. It would probably take us more than 20 minutes to get back. And she was like, yeah, I wanna go there. So she essentially made me. I was like, okay, sure. and the funniest thing was when we were done with the dinner. It was, by the way, an exceptionally awesome dinner. Food was super tasty. Drinks were good because we ordered like some fancy fucking, I don't know, what can I say, like alcoholic beverages. They were, I don't know, they were pretty good. You couldn't feel the alcohol at all. It was like mostly juice, but there was a little bit of alcohol in them. But yeah, we ordered something like that. They were pretty tasty as well. And when she was done taking pictures, and enjoying the food, I remember she sat next to me and put her head on my shoulder, and in a really sad voice, she told me that we have a 20-minute walk in the in the fucking freezing weather that is outside. Which, like, I told her, I told you so, because of course I would, and she was like, why did you accept it? You knew that this was a bad idea. Why did you accept it? It was so fucking cute, and it was my fault apparently at the end of the day. But hey, we did enjoy it. It was a great experience, and to be honest, going back was not that bad of an experience as well. We thought it would be way worse, but actually the roads were semi-clean. There wasn't too much ice. We weren't sliding too much, But yeah, we did that. Then the next day, on Valentine's Day, her parents were also there, but they were just leaving. They were in another hotel, and so we saw them for lunch. We had lunch with her parents, and then we fucked off to the hotel. We did some romantic stuff like couples do, right? And then I don't know, we just got drunk. We just did the whole night. We just drank weird fucking alcoholic beverages and cocktails and shit. And then I fucking remembered that at around 3:30 in the morning, 3:34, we just switched on and watched old videos of Vsauce. You, like, when you're drunk, you don't understand anything he's saying, right? But you do hear something, there's a moment where you are able to be coherent and listen to shit, and you hear something that just blows your fucking mind. Like, we watched that I'm gonna butcher it, but Zipniks, like essentially the rule that it's always 80-20, right? For example, the most used words, the first 20% of a book's words that are most used in it are 80% of all of the word count in that book. I don't know if that makes sense, but stuff like that. And there was also, this 80-20 ratio was everywhere essentially, in not only in like our fucking books or the words that we speak. Not only that, but it's also a thing like, oh fuck, I'm butchering this super bad, but it's essentially the 20% of people that are the richest make 80% of the money in the world, sort of a thing, right? And also you do sort of remember 20% of your life and you forget the other 80, that sort of a thing. And it was like this really long video about how this 80-20 or 20-80 ratio thing is a big deal. I seem to remember that one, and it just like blew our minds. We were like, shall we open like some books and see if that's the case? But then we're like, we have to count all the fucking words to see if that's the case. So just like, nah, we're not doing it. But it was weird. It was weird, but it was fun watching it. We did watch a few other videos, like space ones. Usually I'm super into space, and so is she. And we do enjoy watching like shit that just blows your mind, for like space shit that blows your mind. And I don't know, it's amazing. I would love to, if in like 10 years time we can be tourists in space, right? I would love to do that. I would love to do a tour of even from here to the moon, if it's a reasonable price, or if I'm like a crazy fucking bajillionaire at that point when we are able to do that, I would fucking do it, as long as I have the means to do it. I would. I feel like that's something on my bucket list that I just wanna do before I die, because we're probably not gonna find aliens, we're probably not gonna be able to live on Mars in my lifetime, or just visit other planets and be like safe and shit. But I feel like in my time, like going for a holiday on the moon, could be a thing. It's gonna be expensive, I do realize that, but fuck me, if I do have the funds and the means, I guess, of doing that at some point in my life, I am fucking doing that. That is because some people do bucket lists before they die. They wanna climb Everest, or they wanna do like crazy shit like that. I just wanna go to the moon. I feel like I just wanna go into space, to be honest, even on the International Space Station as well. That would be like just to there and back, that would be mind blowing. It would be amazing, because I've watched so many videos of space and things like that. It would just be great. I don't know, one of my fantasies, I guess. But yeah, that was essentially my Valentine's Day. We didn't go skiing or snowboarding. But I don't know. I didn't brought myself to teach her to snowboard, because I think I mentioned last podcast I do snowboard. I'm not that good of skiing. But yeah, she can't do either of those. And I feel if my shoulder, there's like a loud sound. I do have this podcast, at least I do have the window open, which might mean background noises, for which I'm sorry, but I am trying to minimize the echoing in here, and I feel like if I have the window open, it sort of lessens the echoing. Not sure if it does, but that does mean background noises like cars and shit. So it's really fucking loud right now, isn't it? I don't know if really the mic picks it up, because it doesn't really shows it up on my thing really, but it might be. So that's thing. If it's too loud, I will be closing it for the next episode of the podcast. But for this one, I guess you're gonna have to bear with it. But yeah, we didn't go snowboarding or shit, because I sort of injured my shoulder. I fucked it up a little bit, and I was like, I don't wanna risk it. I don't wanna risk falling and I don't know, falling on it or something and fucking it up even more. So I just didn't bother with that. I don't know, it's just when you have some kind of an injury, you just tend to go to like, not go, but I don't know, you just don't do extreme sports. I mean, I say extreme in fucking quotation marks, right? But yeah, you don't go and do sports and shit, because you might fuck it up even more. You're more cautious. Whilst if there was nothing wrong with me, I didn't have any injuries and shit, I would have probably made her that we go and get some snowboards, and I would have taught her at least on the newbie slopes, right? I wouldn't we wouldn't go on something extreme, but at least on like the newbie slopes with the little fucking curves and shit, we would have went there. But we didn't. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not really sad that I didn't snowboard, but I don't know. It's like the feeling. It's pretty enjoyable, and I guess skiing is also the same, because there are like a lot more people even going skiing than snowboarding, which I don't understand, because skiing looks harder, you know. But then again, I guess most people have roller bladed before, and they haven't really skateboarded. At least over here in Bulgaria, and I'm guessing in most places in Europe is the same. Like we don't snowboard, we ski. Most people ski, right? Because it was a big thing, rollerblading. Like every fucking kid had rollerblades. Even like my mom had rollerblades when she was little. She still had them. They were like some pretty old rusty ones, and she showed us that one time. I think my brother tried to even use them, and it just fell off and bruised his knees and shit. Oh man, we were pretty stupid when we were kids, to be honest. But yeah, I do. This time we're on brand. I do have a mint tea with honey here. It's amazing. So yeah, we are on brand this time with the podcast. Oh man, but yeah, that happened. And then I don't know, we just hanged out. We did shit, you know. We ate, we did our procedures because we paid for all inclusive, right? Even though I did bitch about that like a few podcasts earlier, that all inclusive does not mean all inclusive. You know, it's very rarely that you pay for all inclusive and that really includes everything in the fucking hotel, right? Because this time we were in a 5-star hotel as well. It was pretty expensive for paying for all inclusivity, and there was still like alcoholic shit that were not on the list. There were spa procedures that were not on the list. You know, we were essentially in our all inclusive pass. We had like 4 or 5, I think it was like 5 procedures, because we were like for 4 days there for like, yeah, essentially 4 or 5 days. So it was like 5 procedures, essentially a procedure a day. You can do with that all inclusive fucking pass thing that they give us a card. So yeah, but we did had free access to the pool, to the jacuzzis, you know, to those things, but we could have had like a procedure a day, you know. And my girlfriend wanted to do like some masks on her face and shit, so she had to like pay for those extra, which was I was kind of like, why? Like, you know, we paid a good amount of money anyway to come here, but like, I don't know, fuck it, it was great. We had a great holiday. I'm not taking any of it back. It was pretty good. I can't really complain. Everyone was nice. You know, everyone was, everyone, I don't know, was it because I paid people to be nice for me for a week or what? But when I got back, you know, there was, for some reason, there was like this guy that on Reddit that really pissed me off, and even I was stating to myself like, dude, why are you so pissed off, you know? And I'm like, I don't know, it just is, but I'm just fucking pissed off at this idiot, you know, at this, not idiot, I'm not gonna call him an idiot, but an asshole, right? And I've been dealing with assholes all my life. I know people are assholes, but for some reason, I don't know, he really pissed me off, because here's the story. Okay, let me have a quick drink. Here's the story, okay? I'm usually sort of active on the OnePlus 5T subreddit. That's my phone, right? And there are like some good stuff there. There are like pictures using the rooted Gcam and tips and whatnot for it, but it's mostly people with issues that go there, right? It's like my phone can do this, or I don't like this on my phone, can I change it, or anything like that, and I use my phone a lot, so I do know a good chunk about it, right? I do know a few things about my phone because I am using it a lot, especially like these days. So I go to look at the subreddit, and I usually like help people out if I can, tell them. And there's like this guy that posted a thread, and saying, oh well, my OnePlus 5 is really slow after the Pi update. Can I fix this? Can I downgrade it without rooting my phone or anything of the sort? And I go there and I tell them, well, without rooting, you can't really downgrade. So what you can try is rebooting your phone or wiping your cache, right? Because sometimes turning it off and on again fucking helps. I mean, for any that goes for like any electronic, right? But yeah, you can wipe your cache if you haven't wiped it like before updating or after updating. You can try that, because that usually also fixes a few problems with your Android phone and actually makes it run normally. But there was this asshole know-it-all dude, right? That he came on commenting on my comment. Well, I have the same problem. I have the 5T, and there is nothing you can do about it. But I don't wanna root my phone, or I don't wanna wipe my memory, because I have things that I need on my phone. So the only thing we can do is to fucking wait for OnePlus to do an update, and we hope it fixes it, and that stupid thing. To which I was like, because he seemed like he knows his stuff, right? Which he didn't, by the way, spoilers. But he seemed like he knows his thing, so I nicely, went on and tell him, well, dude, look, we're basically running the same hardware, right? Same hardware, same software, so this shouldn't really be an issue for you. So I asked him, are you running the newest like OS, the newest Oxygen OS update, the 9.0.3? Because maybe it's stuck, maybe for some reason it bugged out and he didn't got the new update, the notification for a new update, or he dismissed it. So I told him, if you want to, you can fucking try that app on the store, the OnePlus, the Oxygen updater, I think it's actually called. I have never used it. I'm always waiting for the notification to pop up in order to upgrade, which is actually the best way to do it, because sometimes, like we see with the Pi update, the first 3 versions that I never got on my phone, by the way, I never got notifications for them. The first 3 versions of it had, not massive, but they had problems. There were kind of annoying problems with them. So it is like OnePlus said, like you better, we do recommend that you wait for the official notification to pop up on your phone, right? And I did that. I did wait it a month to get the Pi version, but I got a fucking stable Pi version with no problems whatsoever. At least for now, I haven't really gotten any, and I've been using it for over a month now. So I don't know, not over a month. It's a little bit less, but I don't know. It's like close to a month, I guess you can say. I don't remember when I got it really, but yeah, and I also told him he can go if you are on the newest version, did you wipe your cache before updating, or have you wiped your cache after the update? Because those are things that you can do. And I did told him, in case he didn't fucking knew, I did put in brackets, you do, like I told him, you can like wipe your cache, and that won't delete any of your important files, because he did stress that he had important files on his shit, so he didn't, he didn't want to lose them. And so, if he was me, if I was that guy, I would have been like, I didn't know that, I have heard that it fixes shit, so I might go and wipe my cache when I'm done. What he did say was, first he said yes, he is on the newest update, right? And then he said, yeah, I do know that wiping your cache doesn't wipe your whole memory, but no, I haven't tried it, so when I go back I will try it. But I did knew that before you told me, so I'm like, fuck me, man. I don't know why, because people are assholes, people are always gonna be assholes, but I don't know, was it the fact that everyone was fucking nice to me for a whole fucking week that I sort of, got desensitized to people fucking being assholes or something? That's not the right word, but I don't know, I stopped being used to people being assholes, I guess. So that like pissed me off, because you know what? That motherfucker right now has his phone fixed. His phone is, I can guarantee you that he wiped his cache and his phone is running like my phone is running, right? And he's fucking happy for it, but he never fucking thanked me, I know it's fucking weird, like I'm expecting a thank you from a guy on the internet who I don't give a shit about. I do know that, but fuck me, he could have, because if it was me, I guess his first comment, he was wanting to look like a smartass, right? And so when I comment that on him, he didn't want to look like to look stupid, so he did say, I fucking knew that, like I don't know, it's stupid. It's stupid because who cares if you look like an asshole on the internet, right? But like, I fucking this is why it pisses me off, right? I fucking helped that guy. I can guarantee you that I helped him, right? Because something of like some of the cache file was fucking up his phone, right? And his phone was struggling to figure out which should it use cache file or server file for the app, because it's like they're different files and shit. And it's like, I don't know. I can imagine this guy right now being happy that his phone is fixed, right? And going off to his friends and fucking boasting how he fixed his fucking phone, and being like, well, yeah, look, OnePlus can't fix their fucking software, so I had to write a special fucking code, and fix my phone myself, because I'm smarter than OnePlus. I hope he has one dude that does fucking understand software, and he asks him like, how did you fix it? And I can imagine him be like, I wrote what could it be, a fucking generic shit. I wrote an exe file that I started on my phone that fixed it, that run a code, right, that I wrote myself. And his friend's gonna be like, well, sure, but Android phones don't fucking run exe files, that's a Windows thing. Well, yeah, I figured that out, but so I had to convert it to whatever the fuck Android phones use, right? APKs, you mean? Yeah, exactly, APK files or zip files or whatever the fuck, And yeah, that was it. Interesting. And what the fuck did you wrote on that on that file? What was the code that fixed it? Well, it was generic stuff, really. Like, you probably know it, so I don't know why should I explain it. No, please indulge me. I have no idea what you're talking about. I had to write lines like, fucking, I can't think of something super stupid. Like, phone wag equals, false, and phone, smoothness equals true. But then I realized that it can't really understand false and true, so I had to switch them with zeros and O's, you know. So that's the oh man, I love making up conversations in my mind, by the way. That is that is something that I do love doing. I don't know why, but it's, do you have this? I have this all the fucking time, like having an argument with someone in my head, you know, and usually I win that argument because it's in my head, right? So I am fighting for what I think it's right, and I don't have explanation for the other guy's view, right? I have just some bullshit reasons that I can trump really fucking easily. And so I have the argument in my head that I'm right, and then when I actually go and speak with that guy, I'm like, sure, whatever, man, you know, whatever you say. Because in my head I have already won, and I don't need to fight him again. But I don't know, the weirdest part is when you do have argument with yourself, right? You feel like both things that you're arguing are true to a degree, and you just argue with yourself, like, yeah, you know, you split into two, and you're like two different people that are arguing different points to different points of view. That's the weirdest thing, because when I go to sleep and I can't sleep, it's usually because that's what I do. I fucking argue with myself. It's a common thing, because I've heard a bunch like other people saying it and shit, and I can probably find a community for people that argue with themselves. There's probably a subreddit for that, right? Like, a few weeks ago I watched Leon Wush, you probably know him, a commentator, right? On YouTube, and I watched one of his videos that was a guy that was sexually aroused by balloon popping. You know, it was like his kink. He was coming in balloons after they pop some fucking weird shit. And apparently he did found a community about that. There's like a million fucking weirdos like that, and they're on the internet, some fucking website, you know. And I fucking googled a community for normal people, and nothing popped up, you know. There were no communities for normal people, you know. There are communities for people jizzing on balloons, but there are no fucking normal people. Which I guess you can make the argument that there aren't normal people really in the world. Everyone has something weird about them, and I guess he has to just find out what's the weird thing about him and look for a community that way if he wants to find a community online. But it was funny to me because Google popped up with like I don't know, a few pages. There weren't much, like 5 pages, something of the sort, 5-6 pages maybe. And the first things that popped up were the Bible for normal people, or something normal people, why normal is boring, and why you should be weird if you wanna, I don't know, be successful in the world. Bullshit articles like that. And then there was like a few dudes, like this middle-aged guy on posted on some website, was asking people to help him build a community of normal people. it didn't fucking work. Like the post was a few years ago, and they were like no comments or something. It was pretty sad, you know. This guy was like, well, there are communities for all sorts of people, but why the fuck aren't there community for normal people? Which is weird. There isn't, you know. There isn't a community for people at least who think they're normal, right? Like that's their thing. They get off of being normal and being called normal. I don't know if that's a real fucking kink. But this podcast is a safe place. As I said in the beginning, you can be whatever the fuck you want, and you can have your kinks and whatever. Even, you know what, share them in the description. Fuck, the description? No, not description, the fucking comments. Go and fucking share those. I'm going on super big ramble sessions, but hey, I am still watching the Yogscast live stream. It's now Lewis and Duncan. Duncan and Simon built the fucking space shuttle thing, right? And so now they're gonna probably... Is it Armchair Admirals? I think it's Armchair Admirals right now. So probably Ritian is there and Isaro, whatever the fuck his name is. So yeah, that's the thing that I'm gonna be watching. But I don't know, what else do we have to talk today? Any news? I don't know, UFC, right? I did not watch UFC Phoenix. I saw the results. I mean, I gotta be able to watch it on Fight Pass, right? I wanna watch Francis and Kane. Really, that would be a good match. I'm happy that Francis won. Spoiler alert: Francis did won the match, and I'm actually happy for that guy because I didn't like him when he was gonna fight Miocic, because they really like hyped him up for being like this fucking beast and everything, whilst Miocic was the champion, and they fully disregard Miocic. You know, they say, oh, you know, he's gonna be fighting the champion Miocic, this machine, this knockout powerhouse, whatever, is gonna be fighting, you know, the fucking champion Miocic, you know, that he's gonna be fighting that guy, the machine, Francis Ngannou. It was stupid, you know. And Miocic did came out and said, I feel disrespected by the UFC because I'm the current champ, you know, and they're just fucking marketing this other guy who's gonna be fighting someone else who's the champion. It was weird, and I was super happy that he was there. I'm also a fan of Miocic, you know. It was heartbreaking to see DC KO him, you know, but it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, apparently Francis, after that, I think I did talked about it in the previous podcast, Francis apparently was in some kind of a depression after this match, and was like, I think it's his next two matches, you know, and he was even thinking of, he wasn't sure if he'll continue fighting, sort of a thing, right? And so now beating someone like Cain Velasquez is a I don't know, motivation booster, sort of a thing, right? So yeah, that's good for him. Also, the guy that McGregor was hyping, you know, that kid that fought for the first time in the UFC, the one that doesn't have a mugshot still, at least in the fucking fight card thing that they do. No, he doesn't have a mugshot or any pictures, just a black Dana White. Someone pointed it out on Twitter. This looked like a black Dana White. Oh man, but yeah, he also won, so that's cool, I guess. I wasn't invested with him. I don't even know who he is, to be honest. I might look it. I might watch it. You know, if you do have a Fight Pass, you can watch fight nights, right? Because they were hyping it that it was for free on ESPN. If you got ESPN, you can watch that, but I don't have ESPN here. I'm not paying for it because I don't know if you in America get it for free, but here you have to pay for a special ESPN package in order to get that. And there's no fucking reason because I'm not gonna use it. I don't watch TV here. I just or anywhere else. I just don't watch TV anymore these days. I used to watch a lot when I was younger, but like right now, I just don't care. I just don't care. I am fine with watching shit on demand, so I don't care what's on TV anymore. And I feel like most people are like me these days. Although in my country, I'm guessing most people aren't because older people are they grew up with TV. Although I also grew up with TV, right? But they sort of not only grew up with TV, but it's like a routine, you know. You put on the TV in the background. And when I was younger, I also did that. Like whatever is on the fucking TV, you know, I just turn it on so I can hear something in the background, and I would just play video games, and that would be that. I love doing that, but I sort of grew out of it, and especially right now at uni, I don't have a TV in my room. There is a TV in the other room. I have never turned it on by myself. Like I've never fucking watched shit on it, cause nothing is interesting to me that's on there, and that I can't fucking put it on demand on my laptop. So yeah, that's that. In other UFC news, they might be stripping Khabib from his championship, the title. They might strip, which I am a McGregor fan, right? But McGregor was a champion for 2 years without fighting. They didn't strip him until then, you know, until he reached the 2 years. So I feel like stripping Khabib right now just because he wants to stay loyal to his teammates and wait for their ban to be over as well before he can fight. I don't know, it's just stupid to me because make a fucking Ethereum championship if you want so bad, Dina. Like you usually love doing those. Like you usually have a record of preferring to do those instead of stripping someone. But I guess Khabib is someone who you're not in such good you're not that friendly with, I guess. So it's like, you know, you don't have a good relationship with him. So it's like, I don't want him to be champion. But you know that he's gonna be back and he's gonna be a champion, right? I don't know, there were rumors that Khabib is thinking to go to Bellator as well, which financially I don't know if it would be a good move for him, but like I don't know, there is no one in the UFC right now that can fucking beat him. That is the thing, you know. Even if he goes a class above, if he fights Woodley, for example, I don't think Woodley can beat Khabib. You know. That's I don't know. That's the thing. But I don't really have much to talk about the UFC. I haven't been following much news because now I've been on holiday. I know I'm doing that, but yeah. We're gonna take a little bit of a break from the UFC today, this week at least, I guess. But the next big UFC is coming, which is gonna have Woodley, and it's gonna have, who else was it? There was another big match, wasn't it? Fuck. What is it? 234. We did talk about it. It would have. Come on, load. Please. Load. We have. Come on, dude, their website. Why did they. Okay, no, that's the Silva, so 335 fight card. Why do I fucking forget that? Who's gonna fight? It's weird. Oh yeah, Jones was gonna fight, of course. Jones and Smith. Oh man, I don't know why I forgot about this, but yeah, fuck me. I hope Jones loses. I don't know. I don't know if Smith is up to the task, but fuck me. I hope there is a fluke and John loses, man. I just, I just don't want him in the UFC. You know, as I said, he's had his chances now. I don't hate him as a person necessarily. I just hate him. I just think that he shouldn't fucking be in like in the sport, you know, or at least competing in the sport. Maybe he can go as a fucking commentator like DC or fucking Miocic or whatever. I don't fucking know, but he shouldn't be competing in the sport, you know. But other than that, you know, I don't. If he wasn't competing, I wouldn't have problems with him taking steroids, with him doing drugs and partying and shit. Cause no, it's his life. I don't give a shit what he does in his like personal life, you know, his free time. But if you're an athlete, just why? I don't know, 5 a.m. EST time, 5 a.m. I'm gonna be getting up to March 3rd, so it's gonna be March 4th for me, I guess, which is no, it's gonna be March 3rd. Yeah, it's my time. So yeah, March 3rd on a Sunday. I'm gonna have to get up early, but I feel like I do wanna get up early and watch that because it's gonna be it's gonna be good. I can't wait actually. March 3rd, we have 2 weeks. 2 weeks until then. Oh, I say 2 weeks. Well, it is Monday, so I guess it is 2 weeks till then. So, yeah, other than that, I feel like that is it. In terms of video games, I haven't played jack shit. You know, I came from holiday home last night, you know, so I was like, I did actually played a little bit of CSGO. I played like 2 matches. And I was like, why am I doing this to myself? And so I just stopped. But yeah, in terms of other fucking shit, I haven't played anything. I do wanna play a little bit more of a what's it called? Fuck, Tom played it on his channel a few days ago. I saw him upload a video. The card game, right? Yeah, Slay the Spire. That's the one. I do wanna fucking play a little bit more of that, cause that is something that I did enjoy. I have made only one run of it, and it was the thing is, Slay the Spire. The beginning, the first few like levels, I guess you can say, the first few maps that you scale are like super easy, and sort of like you can't fuck them up. And because that is like the thing, you know, it's like a run takes about an hour, you know, at least an hour. Cause I made it up to I think the 4th map, and I almost had the boss there as well. Oh man, I can't remember what it was because it was like a few weeks ago when I played it, but it was like I needed just like one more turn, or even I was off by something like 4 or 5 damage on my last turn, and where he killed me, you know, I just needed like a few more, like one more card that did damage or whatever was what I needed, and I didn't get that, and he killed me, and that took me about an hour, right? Sort of hour-ish to do that, where, you know, if I would have beaten it would have gone over an hour. So it's like, yeah, it's a fun game. Yeah, you can do a run, but you know, that run is gonna be, you have to have like an hour at least to play it. You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna do a run of Slay the Spire, you know, and I'm gonna for like 20 minutes, and I'm gonna go fuck off, do something. Because yeah, you can play the game for 20 minutes, you can say like, yeah, I'm doing the first 2 maps and that is it. But the thing is, by the time you get back to playing it again, you forgot what cards you had, you forgot what combos you were gonna set up and all that stuff. And it's just like especially like the first few fights, is gonna be like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and you're gonna be tempted to just start over again. So I feel like it, I don't know, that's the thing that I don't really like about Slay the Spire, because for something like, let's say, I don't know, Darkest Dungeon, for example, I know it's not a fair comparison, but you can do like a dungeon run for like 5-10 minutes around max, sort of, and you can like fuck off and then come back and be like, you haven't really forgotten much, because all of the heroes have like the same abilities, right? This hero does this, that hero does that, and whatever. Well, when you're building like cards and stuff, it's like you have to remember the combos and shit. And I feel that the runs are too long. Like, it would have been better if there are like 2 maps, or if there are like 1 or 2 maps just that you have to go through, and you build your deck going through them, but they're more challenging sort of way. You can fuck it up in more ways, because in like, especially the first 2 maps, as I said, it's like you can't fuck it up. No matter what you do, you're gonna go through them, like, no matter what you fucking do. And so I don't know how many maps as a whole there are, but I'm pretty sure you always start from the first map and you make your way up to the top. I think there are like 10 or whatever. It's just too long for a run, right? Because yeah, sure, on like the higher levels, there's sure to be like less room for errors, right? It's gonna be harder, but I don't know. It just, if there is a game like Slay the Spire, but like runs take you about 10 to 20 minutes, you can do a run, and it's like a deck builder again, sort of a thing, that would be pretty fucking good, in my opinion. I looked for something like that on Android sort of recently, and I couldn't find anything. There were a few games that were trying to do it, but it was like, oh man, it wasn't good. It was like pay to win bullshit. And there was even a game like Darkest Dungeon, that you go through dungeons and shit, but apparently there is always a premium currency in these games, so it's like you gotta wait to do things. Because I was like, oh, that could be fun, but you gotta wait to do things, and apparently, you do in fact reach places where you just feel like paying, because that's how the game is made, because it's a free game and it has to make money, right? So yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, but if something like that comes out, or if you do know of something like that, let me know. I would give it a try. But yeah, this is my week, I guess. This is gonna be the end of the podcast. This is my week. So yeah, if you are interested in anything that I've talked about, you can write me a comment down below, or you can, fucking Twitter me. It's gonna be down in the description. So yeah, you can do that. I am fairly active on Twitter, ish. I'm ish active. And yeah, anything else? I don't know. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about you might be able to get this podcast on iTunes. I'm gonna figure out how to do it, because apparently that is like a good place to put podcasts on, not just YouTube. Like, so I might start uploading them to iTunes, and also I might be putting them on SoundCloud as well. But that's gonna be probably tomorrow. I mean, it's gonna be this week, I guess. It's gonna be around this week. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the week. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. YouTube is gonna get rid of the dislike button for some fucking reason as well. I don't know what's the fucking point. I guess because their video, the rewind thing, is the most disliked video on YouTube, so maybe this is why they're gonna get rid of it? Question mark. I don't know. They're trying to make YouTube like a safe space, right, for everybody. It's just kind of stupid because Edge and shit like that has always been like the most successful channels on YouTube. The more ager you've been, the more 12-year-old Edge awards like you. Man. Okay. Thank you for watching, guys, or for listening. You're not watching anything. Thank you for listening. I'm gonna see you all next week.